What is distortion? Distortion is any change to a waveform's shape from the original. Over time, physical wear or even malfunctioning or perhaps even abused analog hardware could help create useful distortion. Notice I said useful. From valves and amplifiers to transistors and tape, all can be useful for creating musical distortion. So let's break this down one by one. Valves. They're often used for warming. Now, they're known for soft clipping. This is where the top of a waveform is rolled off and sag as the output can no longer keep up with the max input level. Transistors are modern valves with a harder, flatter rounding of the top of the waveform. Digital clipping is similar, but it's essentially a harder version of transistors. Crossover distortion relates to how waveforms transition between positive and negative at the zero crossing point. This can occur when the bias on tape recorders is set incorrectly or perhaps malfunctioning. Valve amplifiers that aren't functioning well often result in crossover distortion errors. So you'll find that you're probably familiar with distortion as it's typically used in rock or electric guitars, that crunchy, rough sound. Distortion can also be used to add punch to your drums, and it generally makes pretty much any simple sound more interesting. Basically, distortion is anything that changes the shape of the input waveform, essentially distorting it from the original. So, over the years, many types of distortion have come from audio equipment used to amplify or transmit audio signals. Let's look at the FL Studio Mobile Distortion Effect module. There are several distortion algorithms, so let's drop this one here and take a listen and see what we're working with. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to work with distortion right here in the master, all right? Now, of course, we can apply this module to every individual track, but for now, we're going to focus on the master, all right? Just so that we can get a broader sense of what's happening, and it's super easy to hear. So grab your headphones, turn on your speakers, grab a mono speaker, but ideally headphones because we will be getting into some stereo, panning and ideas like that. So headphones would be super useful for this, right? So there are several distortion algorithms. First of all, we're going to focus on the style. Now, this is where you get to choose between, like I said, the different algorithms. Hard style is, of course, heavy distortion. It kind of makes sense, right? Whereas you have something like tube, which we use on this one. Now, tube is essentially traditional analog style distortion with rounding of transients and peak waveforms due to sagging of the output signal. And of course, we also have soft right here. It's similar to tube, but the distortion occurs sooner and is more gradual in effect at the drive, So as the drive is increased or the input is raised, right? So soft is slightly more gradual, but it happens sooner. It's very useful to kind of balance them out. Now, guys, remember, as I always say, use your ears. That's the best way to work with all of these effects, right? Of course, you can use the analyzer to assess what you're doing and look at your waveform data. There's lots of information here, but you can also simply just use your ears. That's kind of the number one, maybe perhaps starting point. Now, clip is heavy digital distortion, all right? That's quite interesting. Let's look at bias, but before we do, let's look at these individually. I'm going to remove all of these, and I'm just going to put hard on as the main style. And you'll notice that if I drive it up, it's going to increase the levels. It's going to sound crunchier, right? Super heavily distorted. Listen to that. Obvious, right? Let's bring that back down to a reasonable level. And let's go down to tube. Let's do it again. Right? It's a little smoother. Okay, still got roughness to it. Okay, let's drop that and let's go to soft. All right. See that? Smoother, more gradual. I'm already pumping this up to 30, 40, and it still sounds pretty smooth. Okay. So as you see, tube and soft are very similar, but soft gives you a chance, is a little more, lenient, I guess I could say, with the amount of drive that you push. All right. And of course, clip. Let's just add clip to this one just for test. And let's pump this up. Okay. Also, not too aggressive, but as you get louder, it starts to get a little crunchy, right? Not super smooth, but also not too bad, right? Let's bring that down. Let's go back to hard, and let's pause right there, okay? And let's drop that. Let's continue on because there are a couple of other parameters here that you can adjust in the distortion function module within FL Studio Mobile. Now, of course, you have bias. This is a very critical part. So let's drop these all back on. I'm going to drop these levels a bit, and let's drop them down. Okay, cool. So we also have bias. Now, bias is quite interesting because you get to choose to pass only the upper or lower part of the waveform. That is bias right here. So I'm going to actually drop these two. And let's just pump this up for the sake, okay? It's pretty crunchy, right? So let's increase the bias. Right, you hear that? You can choose to pass only the upper part of the waveform or only the lower part of the waveform. Okay, let's drop it down. Really broken, really crunchy, right? Now this sounds similar to pulse width modulation, essentially, when you're adjusting bias, because the levels increase. So as the level is increased or decreased to the extremes, only the tip of the waveform may be playing. Let's do that again. Watch this. Only the tip. Can you guys hear that? Let me bring it down just a touch. You hear that? Not too nice, right? But so adjust your bias appropriately. Let's go. Let's go down. You hear that? Essentially, only the tip of the waveform is playing, right? So let's drop this down. Let's drop this down, and let's bring this back somewhere to the middle, and let's turn this off. Okay. The next, of course, setting we have is drive. Now, this is the input distortion stage, essentially, right? It's the input to the distortion stage. So higher levels cause obviously more distortion. Again, so distortion starts at a certain level or a threshold, and drive determines how much of the waveform is actually distorted. A low value will just distort the peaks. That's very important to know. Okay, and of course, a higher value, as you pump it up higher and higher, will push more of the waveform above the threshold, so it'll sound more distorted. Guys, I think we clearly know this. When you have your drive level set low, only essentially the peaks or any peaks that pop through are actually going to be affected. Whereas if you push it up higher and higher, your drive, you're essentially welcoming more and more of the actual waveform to be processed by the drive, right? Let's continue on with stereo. This is also super critical, as you can imagine, right? Because we always talk about stereo imaging, and there are many ways within FL Studio Mobile to create stereo image and to adjust it in unique ways, right? We've talked about that with the EQ, right? And we've talked about that with the compressor, of course, multi-band compressor, right? You can do so many different ways of kind of like mixing and matching panning methods to create a nice stereo image, right? Let's continue. So for stereo, pans essentially the distortion, left or right. More specifically, it controls the left and right stereo channel levels independently. So I'm going to turn these all on. Let's get them all on. Okay, and let's listen to that. Okay, so since the amount of distortion depends on the input level, this means the left or the right stereo channel can be driven harder, resulting in more or less distortion. So let's drive this soft one higher. Okay, guys hear that? Now let's listen to it pan to the left. Left pan, do you guys hear that? Okay. Right? As you can hear. And so when you use these, you can mix and match how you want these to be affected. Now, guys, of course, I'm driving the level super hard, so it's obvious to hear, right? That's a little harsh. But look, I can pan it. You see that? You hear that? Let's pan it this way. You hear that? You hear that? Right? Some of these effects, when it comes to stereo panning, they may be affecting the left side or the right side, right? So just understand what you're doing. It may be inverted based on what you're looking at on the screen. But you hear that. Okay, let's add a little bit of panning to the hard one. Let's increase it a bit. Let's drop this down. Ooh, that's really harsh, but it's for the purpose of demonstration. Listen to this. You hear that? Panned over here. And you hear this as I gradually pan. Okay. Gradually pan. Nice. Okay, let's get these all centered just for now. Okay. And let's drop these down one by one. Okay. We're getting to the end now, and of course Bitcrush is super important. So digital bit reduction style distortion is what Bitcrush is, right? And this is kind of, reminiscent of 8-bit samplers, or maybe you might call them cheap toys that can play audio. Let's actually put this on for the hard style, just because it's so crunchy and it's kind of obvious to hear, right? So let's push this up, the Bitcrush. And remember, I'm processing the master on purpose so that it's easy to hear, to discern the changes. Let's do this on soft, okay? So we got our soft distortion on. Let's turn it off. Okay, let's turn it back on. And let's go to increase the Bitcrush. All right. Now, you got to find a level that suits your sound, right? And of course, you got to adjust the bias. To work with that, you got to adjust the drive, you got to adjust the pan, right? There's a lot going on here, but of course, use your ears to find the values that suit your mix. And of course, gain is for post distortion level. It's pretty simple, right? Super simple. Kind of, dare I say, as expected of what something like gain would be. So look, I'm creating an app just for the Winning with Blends community, and I really want your feedback. I want your input. But of course, if you want early access, click the link in the description to join us. You know why? Because this is our time. Again, Justin Blends. Let's do it again, guys. Winning with Blends. All the best. Take it easy.